The enigma of whispering numbers had only just begun. As the first light of dawn began to tinge the sky, marking the beginning of a new day, Luana and Miguel prepared to take the first step on their epic journey. The world awaited, full of dormant souls yearning for awakening. And so, with numbers dancing around them and destiny unfolding before them, Luana and Miguel embarked on their mission, ready to unravel the secrets of the universe and guide humanity into a new era of understanding and enlightenment. They were now the guardians of numerical secrets, the interpreters of the great cosmic book. And together, they would rewrite destiny, one number at a time. The future was uncertain, full of challenges and mysteries yet to be revealed. But with the wisdom of numbers as their guide and the strength of their newly formed partnership, Luana and Miguel were ready to face any obstacle. Luana and Miguel stood there, hand in hand, their eyes fixed on the horizon, ready to face whatever destiny had in store for them. The wind blew gently, bringing with it the smell of the sea and the whisper of numbers. It was the beginning of a new journey, a mission to awaken humanity to the hidden truths in the patterns of the universe. As the night deepened around them, Luana and Miguel knew their lives would never be the same. The moment their fingers touched, both felt a current of energy course through their bodies. It was as if the universe itself was sealing their pact, acknowledging the birth of a new era. "I'm ready," Miguel responded, his voice filled with determination and purpose. At that moment, the stars above seemed to shine more brightly, as if celebrating this cosmic union. Luana smiled, a smile that seemed to illuminate the night around them. "I know you are. That's why the numbers brought you to me. Together, we are stronger. Together, we can decipher the secrets of the universe and help others do the same." She extended her hand, offering it to Miguel. "Are you ready to embark on this journey, to become a guardian of numbers, an interpreter of destiny?" Without hesitation, Miguel took Luana's hand. "We'll help them awaken. Remember, understand." She turned to face him, her eyes shining with an almost supernatural intensity. "But remember, this knowledge is a gift and a responsibility. Not everyone is ready to awaken. Some may get lost in the labyrinth of their own memories. Our duty is to guide them with wisdom and compassion." Miguel felt a shiver run down his spine, not of fear, but of anticipation. "I'm ready," he said, his voice firm and resolute. "Our role is to help them awaken, to recognize the patterns in their own lives, to understand the language of numbers that the universe uses to communicate with us." Miguel nodded slowly, absorbing the weight of this responsibility. "And how do we do that?" "One number at a time," Luana replied. "One life at a time. We'll travel, Miguel. We'll find those who, like you, carry the weight of past lives, of ancient knowledge." "What happens now?" Miguel asked, his voice low and thoughtful. Luana smiled, a smile that carried both wisdom and expectation. "Now, Miguel, we begin the real work. The knowledge we awaken today is just the beginning. There's a whole world out there full of people seeking answers, yearning to understand their place in the great cosmic plan." She paused, her eyes scanning the horizon as if she could see beyond it, to a future not yet written. The revelations about his past lives had awakened something deep within him, a sense of purpose he had never experienced before. Luana, in turn, felt the weight of her responsibility more than ever. She was the guardian of these secrets, the interpreter of the numbers that weaved everyone's destiny. But now, she was no longer alone in her mission. When they reached Luana's small seaside house, both stopped, observing the stars that began to dot the night sky, then let the true journey begin. The sun was setting on the horizon, painting the sky with shades of orange and purple, as Luana and Miguel walked back along the beach. The day had been an intense journey through time and space, unraveling ancient secrets and awakening long-dormant memories. Miguel seemed different now. His eyes shone with a new understanding, his walk more firm and decided. "Are you ready to carry this burden?" Miguel looked at the ocean, at the infinite horizon. He felt the weight of his past lives, the echo of ancient knowledge resonating in his soul. And he knew, with a certainty he had never felt before, that this was his destiny. "I'm ready," he answered, his voice laden with determination. Luana smiled, a smile that seemed to contain the wisdom of the ages. Luana watched him intently, her eyes shining with a mixture of admiration and concern. "You saw," she said. It wasn't a question. Miguel nodded, unable to speak. The memories, the sensations, everything seemed so real, so vivid. "This is just the beginning, Miguel," Luana said softly. "There is much more to discover, much more to remember. But remember, with great knowledge comes great responsibility." And finally, the scientist," Luana whispered, "on the brink of a discovery that would change the world." Once again, reality altered. Miguel was in a modern laboratory, surrounded by computers and advanced equipment. A complex formula filled a whiteboard in front of him, the key to unraveling the secrets of the universe. With a start, Miguel opened his eyes, returning to the reality of the beach. He could feel the weight of a gold necklace on his neck, the rough touch of papyrus in his hands. "Now, the alchemist," Luana continued, her voice echoing through the centuries, "the fire of the crucible, the glow of molten metals." The scene changed. Miguel found himself in a dark, smoky laboratory, surrounded by flasks and alembics. His hands were stained with chemicals, his eyes burning with the effort of deciphering ancient texts. The sound of the waves seemed to intensify, enveloping him like a sonic blanket. "See the scribe," Luana's voice sounded, seeming to come from far away. "Feel the papyrus under your fingers, the weight of knowledge on your shoulders." And suddenly, Miguel was no longer on the beach. He was in an ancient temple, the smell of incense in the air, the sound of sandals on the stone floor. Not so much. She extended her hands, palms up, inviting Miguel to hold them. When he did, he felt a current of energy course through his body, like static electricity, but more intense, more alive. "Close your eyes," Luana instructed softly. "Take a deep breath and let your mind wander. I will guide you through the mists of time, through the corridors of your past lives." Miguel obeyed, closing his eyes and breathing deeply. "Are you prepared for that?" Miguel nodded, feeling a mixture of fear and excitement. "I am." With a fluid gesture, Luana drew a circle in the sand around them. As her finger traced the circumference, Miguel could swear he saw golden sparks following her movement. "This circle is our protection," Luana explained. "What we are about to do will attract the attention of forces beyond our understanding. Some benevolent, others. But a larger part, a part he barely knew, yearned for this, for answers, for purpose. "I'm ready," he finally answered, his voice firm despite the tremor in his hands. Luana smiled, a smile that seemed to illuminate the entire beach. "Then let's begin. But know this, Miguel. Once you embark on this journey, there's no turning back. The knowledge you will gain will change everything. You see, the universe confirms what I'm saying. There are no coincidences, Miguel. Only the unfolding of the great cosmic plan." She turned to face him, her eyes piercing as if they could see through his soul. "Are you ready to accept your destiny? To unravel the secrets your soul has carried for millennia?" Miguel hesitated, feeling the weight of the decision. Part of him wanted to run, to return to the safety of his normal, predictable life. Your soul carries the weight of ancient knowledge, of secrets too powerful to be revealed before the right time. And now, in this life, you were guided here. To me. At that moment, a stronger wave hit the beach, splashing water on their feet. Miguel looked down, surprised, and saw that the water had formed an intricate pattern in the sand around them. A pattern that strangely resembled the symbols on the scroll. Luana observed the phenomenon with a knowing smile. "And in your most recent life, before this one, a brilliant scientist who came too close to unraveling the mysteries of the universe," Luana's words seemed to awaken something deep within Miguel. Fleeting memories, familiar sensations of places he had never visited in this life. Is that why I've always felt incomplete, as if I were looking for something I can't name? Exactly, Luana confirmed. These symbols speak of an ancient soul, one that has lived many lives. A soul that sought knowledge and power, but always lost its way. Miguel felt a shiver run down his spine. Are you talking about me? Luana nodded slowly. You were once a scribe in ancient Egypt, guardian of sacred secrets. In another life, an alchemist in medieval Europe, seeking the philosopher's stone. It represents unlimited potential, but also the void that yearns to be filled. Miguel looked at the scroll, his eyes wide with amazement. How do you know all this? It's a gift and a curse, Luana replied, her eyes momentarily clouded by an ancient sadness. I see patterns where others see chaos. I hear the music of numbers where others hear only noise. She pointed to a series of symbols on the scroll. Look here. Vastness. Luana smiled, gently shaking her head. Look closer. See the patterns in the waves, the way the foam draws shapes on the sand. All of this is numbers, Miguel. The universe speaks to us through mathematics, and few have the eyes to see. Unrolling the scroll, Luana held it against the sea breeze. The symbols and numbers seemed to dance in the sunlight, coming to life. Your birth year, 1990, ends in 0. 0 is infinite. It's the beginning and the end. The warm sand beneath their feet, Luana and Miguel walked to the water's edge. The sea, with its eternal ebb and flow, seemed to whisper ancient secrets. Luana opened her bag and took out the scroll, her eyes shining with a mixture of reverence and excitement. Miguel, she began, her voice almost swallowed by the sound of the waves. What do you see when you look at the ocean? He frowned, confused by the seemingly simple question. Water, waves. Luana and Miguel stopped on the sand, the salty wind caressing their faces. Are you ready to discover who you really are? Luana asked, her eyes fixed on the horizon. Miguel nodded, his expression a mixture of apprehension and expectation. I'm ready. And so, on the edge of the sea, where waves met sand in an eternal numerical dance, Luana began to unravel the secrets of numbers, the stories of past lives, and the mysteries of destiny that had united them. The city streets seemed to vibrate with new energy, each number on the house plates, on car plates, on clock towers, whispering ancient secrets. As they walked towards the beach, where Luana knew revelations awaited, she couldn't help but think about how destiny worked in mysterious ways. Her 33rd birthday had marked the beginning of something greater than she could have ever imagined. The midday sun shone brightly, reflecting off the sea waters, a world where past, present, and future intertwine, where each number tells a story and each life is a page in a cosmic book. Miguel was silent for a long moment, considering her words. Finally, he nodded. Show me, he said simply. At that moment, Luana knew her journey had truly begun. With Miguel by her side, she left the cafe, feeling the weight of the scroll in her bag. That the numbers that surround us, that define our lives, carry secrets that can unravel the mysteries of who we are and where we came from. Miguel's eyes widened, a mixture of hope and skepticism in his gaze. I'd say you're either crazy or you're exactly the person I came looking for without knowing it. Luana smiled. Perhaps a bit of both, she admitted. But if you're willing to trust me, I can show you a world beyond your imagination, the number of infinity, of unlimited potential, of new beginnings. Luana felt a shiver run down her spine. This encounter was no coincidence. Miguel, she said, her voice low and intense. What would you say if I told you that the answers you seek are closer than you imagine? You came looking for something, didn't you? She asked, knowing the answer before he even spoke. Miguel hesitated, clearly surprised by her perception. Yes, he finally admitted. I'm looking for answers about my past, about who I am. Luana nodded, understanding deeply. "And your birth year?" she asked, although she already knew the answer. 1990, Miguel replied, curiosity evident in his voice. 0. "Of course," he replied, gesturing to the empty chair. "My name is Luana," she introduced herself, extending her hand. "Miguel," he responded, shaking her hand. The moment their fingers touched, Luana felt a current of energy course through her body. Images flashed before her eyes: an ancient temple, a fierce battle, a sacred oath. Recovering, Luana looked into Miguel's eyes. It was as if the numbers around him sang a different melody, one that spoke of intertwined destinies and long-buried secrets. Following her instinct, Luana approached the stranger's table. "Excuse me," she said softly, "but I couldn't help noticing that you're not from around here. May I join you?" The man looked up, surprised. For a moment, Luana saw a flash of recognition in his gaze, quickly replaced by curiosity. There was João, the fisherman, born in a year ending in 7, the spiritual seeker, and Maria, the teacher, with her final 4, the builder of solid foundations. It was then that she saw him, a man she had never seen before in the city, sitting alone in a corner, his eyes lost in distant thoughts. Something about him caught Luana's attention in a way she couldn't explain. "Good morning, my dear," Dona Zulmira's raspy voice greeted her. "The numbers are restless today, aren't they?" Luana nodded, an enigmatic smile on her lips. "More than you can imagine, Dona Zulmira. More than any of us could imagine." As she sipped her coffee, Luana observed the customers coming and going. Each person carried with them a story, a number, a key to the great cosmic puzzle she now understood. The cobblestone streets of the old coastal city seemed different today, each corner hiding secrets that only she could decipher. Her first destination was Dona Zulmira's cafe, a meeting point for local inhabitants for generations. As she entered, Luana felt the weight of curious glances. Her reputation as the guardian of secrets preceded her, and today, more than ever, she felt the responsibility of this title. And she, with her new understanding, was ready to unravel the mysteries of the universe, one number at a time. Dawn found Luana already awake, her eyes fixed on the horizon as the city slowly came to life. The revelations of the previous night still echoed in her mind, each number pulsing with new meaning. She knew her journey was just beginning. With determined steps, Luana left her seaside home, the scroll carefully tucked away in her leather bag. Luana's 33rd birthday marked not only the beginning of a new phase in her life, but the awakening of an ancient wisdom that would change the course of many lives. The numbers had spoken, and Luana was ready to listen and share their secrets with the world. As the night advanced, Luana looked out the window at the starry sky. Each bright star was a number, a story, a life waiting to be discovered. Her role was to help people understand their journeys, to recognize the patterns of their lives, and to unravel the mysteries of their own existences. That night, as the full moon bathed the city in its silvery light, Luana made a silent vow. She would use her gift to illuminate the path of those seeking answers, to unite the loose threads of destiny, and to reveal the hidden truths in the numbers that surround us. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with shades of orange and purple, Luana made a discovery that left her breathless. At the center of the scroll, hidden by layers of symbols, was a map. Not an ordinary map, but a map of souls, showing the intricate connections between all lives that have ever existed and will ever exist. With her heart racing, Luana understood her true mission. She was not just the guardian of secrets, but the weaver of destinies. She saw glimpses of past lives, a priestess in an ancient temple, a navigator braving unknown seas, a healer in a remote village. Each life, each experience, woven into the tapestry of her current existence. As the day progressed, Luana felt increasingly connected to an ancestral wisdom. The numbers were not just symbols, they were bridges between past and present, between the visible and the invisible. And she, Luana, was the interpreter of these cosmic truths. "Oh, when the triple manifests, the veils will fall," Luana murmured, reciting the words her grandmother had repeated so many times. Today, on her 33rd birthday, the meaning of these words finally became clear. With renewed determination, Luana immersed herself in the study of the scroll. Each number seemed to pulse with life, revealing fragments of long-forgotten stories. She knew that today would be the day she would finally unravel the mystery that had haunted her for years. With trembling hands, Luana opened the old wooden box her grandmother had left her. Inside, an ancient scroll awaited, its edges worn by time. As she unrolled it, a cascade of numbers and symbols revealed itself, a code that defied comprehension. Her grandmother, a respected elder in the community, had taught her that numbers were more than simple digits. They were portals to hidden truths, echoes of past lives, and keys to the future. As she prepared for the day, Luana couldn't shake the feeling that something monumental was about to happen. The number 33 reverberated in her mind, laden with meaning. 33, the spiritual master, the number of transformation. Have you heard that the last digit of your birth year can reveal secrets about your past life? According to some Buddhist teachings, this can say much more than you imagine. You might think this is just superstition, but many believe these numbers hold profound lessons about your karma and destiny. Luana was known in her small coastal town as the guardian of secrets. Since childhood, she had an inexplicable connection with numbers and the stories they told.